Hey, Lakers fans, let's dive into the latest chatter surrounding the team and where they stand in the NBA right now. Because, honestly, every day there's something new with this squad that keeps you on your toes. The Lakers' standard never seems to settle. It's constantly evolving. And even when you think you've seen it all, there's always a new twist. Now, I know rankings and tier lists can be tricky, especially when talking about basketball, but the latest ones floating around have sparked quite a debate. Some of these assessments put the Lakers much lower than many would expect, and when you really break it down, the logic doesn't always hold up. It's fascinating, though, because it forces you to analyze what makes a team elite, what makes a trio effective, and how individual player rankings translate into team rankings. Take a look at the idea of tiers for a second. The top tier often includes teams that have won recently or that have a combination of young stars hitting their peak. You have the Oklahoma City Thunder, fresh off a championship, with their trio performing at elite levels. They're put in the first tier for a reason, and you can understand that. Then you have Denver, who are consistently tough to beat and bring a combination of skill, experience, and cohesion that makes them a perennial contender. Those two teams at the top make sense. But when you start sliding down the list, things get murky. That's where the Lakers come in. Somehow, despite having a trio that includes one of the top players in the league, a future Hall of Famer, and a rising talent who's been quietly excellent, they end up in a lower tier. And that's where the conversation starts to feel off. Let's break this down in terms of player impact. When you look at the Lakers' key trio, you're dealing with a combination that, on paper, should make them a top contender in any ranking system. LeBron James, one of the best players of all time, consistently performing at a high level, is the foundation. Pair him with Luka, who's been recognized as one of the top 3 players in the entire league, and you already have an incredibly potent duo. Then you add Austin Reeves, who may not grab the headlines like LeBron or Luka, but has consistently proven himself as one of the more reliable third options in the league. Statistically, he can compete with the best third options, and the nuance he brings in defense, playmaking, and scoring balance can often be overlooked if you're just skimming numbers. Yet somehow, this trio is ranked far below other teams with seemingly less consistent depth or cohesion, and that's where the frustration for Lakers fans really kicks in. Now, consider some of the other teams mentioned in these rankings. You have teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, whose trio might include Giannis and 2 solid players. But when you examine the depth, consistency, and the ability to carry games when one player is off, the comparison doesn't always favor them over the Lakers. Then you have teams like the Clippers with Kawhi, Bradley Beal, and James Harden. On paper, it looks formidable, but when you weigh the potential impact of LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves together, the Lakers arguably have a more dynamic and well-rounded trio. Injuries, age, and team cohesion are often cited as reasons for these rankings. But if you apply the same logic to other teams in the same tier, inconsistencies appear. The Warriors, for instance, have had significant success with Draymond, Steph, and others, yet questions about age and health are rarely applied consistently across all teams. Even when looking at individual rankings, the logic sometimes seems contradictory. Luka being ranked as the 3rd best player in the league means, theoretically, only 2 players are ahead of him. LeBron, ranked 8th, is still top 10 in the league. When you consider that a team's strength often comes from its top 2 or 3 players, the Lakers should be in a higher tier simply based on the elite status of their top 2. Adding Austin Reeves to the mix doesn't suddenly push the team down 15 spots. He's far from a weak link. In fact, the synergy between these 3 players can create matchups that are difficult for opponents to navigate, something that doesn't always show up in raw statistical evaluations. The problem is that tier lists often mix too many variables: recent playoff success, hype, injuries, age, or narrative appeal, without providing a consistent standard. Some teams get a pass for being young and promising, even if they have yet to prove themselves in crucial games. Others, like the Lakers, face criticism even when their trio ranks among the best in the league. And this creates an ongoing debate that is fascinating for fans, analysts, and anyone who loves basketball strategy. You have to question what really makes a trio elite. Is it playoff performance? Regular season dominance? Individual accolades? The ability to carry the team through adversity? The Lakers, in this context, check a lot of those boxes. What makes the discussion even more compelling is comparing third options across teams. Austin Reeves may not be a household name everywhere, but in terms of efficiency, impact, and consistency, he competes with the best third options in the league. Comparing him to other teams' third options, whether it's Aaron Gordon, Norman Powell, or others, you realize that Reeves often offers more versatility and consistency than many might assume. It's easy to overlook players like him because they don't have the same scoring volume or star recognition. But basketball isn't just about who scores the most. It's about fit, timing, and the ability to execute within the team's system. And then there's the question of logic applied to rankings. How can a team like Dallas, with uncertainties around player health and role clarity, be in the same tier as the Lakers, who have an established top duo and a capable third? Why are teams like the Warriors and Clippers evaluated differently, even when age and injury concerns are equally relevant? These inconsistencies highlight the challenge of creating tier lists that are both fair and meaningful. And it's why Lakers fans often feel that these rankings undervalue the real potential and talent of their team. Ultimately, it's not just about disagreement. It's about understanding the metrics, the criteria, and the context behind team rankings. The Lakers trio combines elite talent, proven experience, and promising versatility. On paper, it should place them among the top teams in the league, yet these assessments often don't reflect the on-court reality. Whether you focus on stats, impact, or matchup potential, the Lakers' combination of LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves is hard to dispute. And the debate over tier lists just reinforces how subjective basketball evaluation can be, especially when narratives, injuries, and perceived hype factor into judgments more than actual performance. Fans are right to question these rankings because when you break it down, the Lakers trio stacks up against almost anyone in the league. You have two top 10 players, including a top 3 player in Luka, and a third player who is often underrated but consistently effective. Comparing that to other teams in the same tier or even higher tiers, the logic falls apart in many cases. And this is where the conversation gets exciting, because it's not just about stats or opinion. It's about understanding basketball at a deeper level and challenging the assumptions behind mainstream evaluations. The Lakers have a combination of experience, skill, and chemistry that makes them formidable. Yet tier lists and rankings continue to misrepresent their potential. When you analyze the individual talents, the team cohesion, and the impact each player has in crucial moments, it becomes clear that the Lakers deserve far more recognition than they're given. Whether it's playoff performance, regular season consistency, or the ability to elevate each other's game, their trio stands out. And as fans, watching these debates unfold is not just frustrating. It's also exciting because it underscores the depth, strategy, and drama that makes basketball so compelling at the highest level. Now, diving even deeper into the Lakers' positioning and the ongoing debates around tiers, the conversation naturally leads to matchups and potential season outcomes. It's one thing to talk about individual rankings and the talent of a trio, but basketball is about more than individual brilliance. It's about fit, chemistry, and the ability to respond when the pressure is highest. The Lakers have a unique combination in that regard. LeBron brings unparalleled leadership and basketball IQ, capable of controlling games and making everyone around him better. Luka adds explosive scoring, court vision, and versatility, and Austin Reeves continues to quietly carve out a role that maximizes spacing, defense, and efficient offense. This trio creates a balance that many of the so-called higher-tier teams simply don't have when you break down their top 3 players. And yet, critics often point to age or recent injuries as reasons to rank the Lakers lower. But let's analyze that. LeBron may be in his late 30s, but his ability to impact games is undiminished. Luka, in his prime, is on a trajectory that could redefine team dynamics. Austin Reeves, while younger and still developing, provides consistency that allows the Lakers to adapt in ways other teams cannot. When other tiered teams are evaluated, age and injury concerns are inconsistently applied. For instance, The Clippers' core has significant age questions, and the Warriors have seen key injuries affect their playoff runs, yet they remain higher in tier rankings than a Lakers trio that, if healthy, arguably has superior synergy. The inconsistency of criteria makes these tier lists not only confusing but also highly debatable, especially for fans who follow every nuance of the game. Consider the third options on other teams for a moment. Many lists overlook how critical that third piece is to a team's overall success. Austin Reeves often gets labeled as good but not elite. Yet when you compare him to other teams' third players, think Aaron Gordon, Norman Powell, or similar, you realize that Reeves' impact is more subtle but equally essential. He can stretch the floor, make the right defensive plays, and provide scoring at crucial moments. That ability to complement two top-tier players is what separates good trios from truly elite ones. It's one thing to have three talented individuals, but it's another to have three who elevate each other's game and create matchup problems that can't be easily countered. In that sense, the Lakers trio is as effective as any in the league, if not more so. Another layer to this discussion is playoff potential. Many of these rankings weigh past playoff performance heavily, but the Lakers trio is designed to thrive under pressure. LeBron's history in clutch situations, Luka's ability to take over games in critical moments, and Austin Reeves' knack for performing when it counts make them a team that can rise to the occasion. Comparing them to other teams that might have had a strong regular season but lack that same playoff-ready cohesion underscores why the Lakers' lower-tier ranking feels inaccurate. Playoff success is often situational, but the Lakers' combination suggests they are built to excel when it matters most. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are swirling around the NBA universe, and this time, the talk of the town centers on none other than Kevin Durant. Sources close to the matter hint that Durant, the perennial superstar and scoring machine, may have finally given the green light to a move that would shake the league to its core: the Los Angeles Lakers. The prospect alone is enough to set fans' hearts racing, imagining the Lakers' already star-studded roster lighting up the Staples Center with even more firepower. Durant, known for his measured approach to free agency and team changes, has been linked with numerous franchises over the past seasons. Yet the Lakers' rumor carries a weight that feels different. Insiders suggest that conversations have progressed beyond casual talks and into the realm of serious negotiation. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere suggestion that Durant might be ready to join forces with LeBron James and Anthony Davis is enough to ignite the imagination of basketball enthusiasts worldwide. The timing is critical, with the Lakers looking to reclaim their dominance in the Western Conference. Adding a player of Durant's caliber could be the final puzzle piece. Analysts are already speculating how the dynamic trio would function on the floor. Durant's silky smooth scoring, LeBron's playmaking genius, and Davis's defensive presence forming a potentially unstoppable force. The Lakers' front office has been quiet, but whispers suggest they are ready to make a significant push if Durant is indeed on board. Of course, the NBA rumor mill is nothing if not volatile. Previous seasons have seen high-profile speculations fizzle into nothing, leaving fans frustrated and analysts scrambling. Yet, in this case, sources hint that Durant's yes carries genuine weight, fueling hope among Lakers faithful that a blockbuster addition is within reach. The next few weeks could be pivotal, and all eyes will be on Los Angeles, waiting to see if this tantalizing rumor transforms into reality. The City of Angels might be on the brink of a basketball renaissance, and if Kevin Durant truly is saying yes, the NBA landscape may never be the same again. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.